Yo everybody, it's me, Fitness65. I'm redoing this video. This is the fourth time I had to upload this video. The third time my camera kind of just stopped because it was loading, but I'm redoing this video again. Wanted to talk about 4 topics in this video, but before I get to the main event of this topic, I wanted to just talk about the 3 things in this topic first. The first thing in this video that I wanted to talk about, well, the first topic in the video I wanted to talk about is Christian. For some of you who don't know, Christian tore his pectoral muscle on SmackDown, and they kind of had to write him off by having Alberto Del Rio injure his arm and have him be injured like that, like kayfabe wise, but he was injured, so they used that to kind of get him off TV. And apparently Christian is going to be out until WrestleMania, which sucks because Christian has been one of the most consistent performers on SmackDown. He's been bringing his A game. He's been having good matches as of late, and he was in that storyline with Alberto Del Rio that was kind of taking off until the plug had to be pulled due to Christian being injured. But now SmackDown's going to kind of suffer with Christian gone. But I mean, you still got guys like Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston who are going to be stepping their games up, and other young guys like that. So I mean, it's not really that big of a loss, but it kind of is, because Christian is a really good performer, and it's gonna kind of hurt losing a performer like Christian. But we'll have to. But best of luck to Christian. Hopefully he gets better. Hopefully he does kind of get that push that he's well-deserved push that he deserves, because the guy's just been busting his ass. When he was on the ECW, the WWE's version of ECW, he was putting on good matches and he was putting everybody over. They gave him the run with the ECW title, and he was doing real good. And now when they put him on Raw, he kind of got lost in the shuffle. Well, when they put him on whatever brand they put him on, he got lost in the shuffle. So now we gotta wait and see what they're gonna do with him when he comes back. But I just hopefully the guy gets pushed and he gets a world title run, because like I said, we all know that Christian's career is kind of dwindling. He's not getting any younger. He's getting kind of older now, and it's time for the guy to get a world title run before his career ends, or some kind of main event push before his career kind of dwindles. But we'll have to wait and see. We all know though that Vince is not high on Christian. He wasn't high on him when he made his return to the WWE, but who knows, maybe Vince might be in that happy-go-lucky mood and give Christian what he finally deserves. But we'll have to wait and see. And hopefully they continue that feud with Alberto Del Rio when WrestleMania rolls around. But that's only time will tell with that. But yeah, Christian, get well, and hopefully we see you back on SmackDown. You get that well-deserved push and get a world title run that you so rightfully deserve, even though the WWE probably isn't going to do that when you get back, but let's hope they do. The second topic I wanted to talk about is TNA's Bound for Glory card. Now, many people already made videos talking about the TNA Bound for Glory card. I mean, I saw the card on 401 Mania and many other wrestling sites, and I'm not really that impressed with the card. I mean, there are like 3 matches on the card that are gonna be good matches, like Generation Me against the Motor City Machine Guns and the Ultimate X match. That match should be good, even though the Ultimate X has been kind of done to death. I mean, we saw in the last pay-per-views, the last couple pay-per-views before that they did this, so they're kind of overkilling the gimmick. But it should still be a good matchup, because it's the Motor City Machine Guns and the Young Bucks, so you know you're going to get a good match out of those 2 teams. The other match is RVD against, not RVD against Abyss. The other match is the Lockdown matchup. I believe it's EV 2.0 against Fortune, which should be a good matchup. But the problem with this matchup is they got Lockdown, which is his own pay-per-view, but they're having a Lockdown matchup. I don't like the idea of TNA doing that, but TNA's, the booking decisions and stuff has been just wacky, so I don't know what to say about that. But that should be a really good matchup, and it's gonna possibly end that whole EV 2.0, because many people don't like that. They think it's a bunch of washed up has-beens, which it is, and they're not focusing on their young talent. And hopefully when that EV 2.0 thing ends, they'll start focusing on some of their young guys instead of these old washed up has-beens. So yeah, that should be a good matchup. And then the main event, which is between which is the main event between Jeff Hardy, Kurt Angle, and Mr. Anderson for the TNA World Heavyweight title. That should be a good matchup. You know what you're going to get with Kurt Angle. The guy's been having a phenomenal year. He's been having good matches with just about anybody he's been stepping in the ring with the last couple TNA pay-per-views. So you know what you're going to get with him. And you know this is going to be a good matchup when Kurt Angle's in it. Jeff Hardy, even though he's kind of been sloppy lately, he's been kind of having good matches on his own. I mean, he's been kind of having good matches lately, even though he's been treated lately like a mid-carder and not like a main event talent like he should have been when he made his return to TNA after having his run with the WWE and being one of the most over guys in that company over John Cena. He's kind of being treated like a mid-carder, but he's been having some good matches. And then you have Mr. Anderson, who's been having, his matches have been okay, but he's kind of been sloppy, but he's been having some good matches. And when you put him with Kurt Angle, he always steps his game up. So I expect this matchup to be a 4-star matchup, maybe a 4.5 star, maybe match of the year. Who knows? Because whenever you have Kurt Angle on a matchup like this, you know it's going to be good. So I expect that matchup to be good, but everything else just doesn't look, most of the other matches that they announced on the card just don't look that good, and just doesn't feel like a Bound for Glory pay-per-view quality. It doesn't feel like a quality pay-per-view. Like, Bound for Glory is supposed to be the WrestleMania of TNA, and somehow this card just doesn't feel like a WrestleMania. But maybe TNA might surprise us and put on a very good pay-per-view. Who knows? But from those three just from outside of all those three matches that I said, nothing on this card just doesn't make you want to buy this pay-per-view or make you want to order it or just want to see it. But who knows? Like I said, maybe TNA might pull something out of their ass and put on a decent pay-per-view. I might check this pay-per-view out. I'm not gonna order it because of the card, but I might check it out. But from what I've seen, it just doesn't look like a good pay-per-view. But maybe TNA might pull something out of their ass and give us a good pay-per-view. Who knows? And then finally, the other thing I wanted to talk about before I get to the main topic of this video is WWE Raw got a 2.7 this past Monday, and many people have been going ape shit over it. In my humble opinion, the reason these ratings are starting to drop is the WWE's just not putting on good quality shows. I mean, the storylines have been bad. The wrestling hasn't been good that lately. It's just the WWE's, the writers' fault for the crap that's been thrown on TV. I mean, if the writing would get better on Raw, then maybe the ratings will start going up and they may generate people's interest on watching Raw again. But somehow the writing just keeps getting worse and worse and worse every time I watch Raw, and it's not getting any better. They need to start getting better ideas, or they need to get a new writing staff, because the writing is just atrocious. And then the other reason that contributes to it is the Monday Night Football. With Monday Night Football returning, WWE's losing some of their fans to the Monday Night Football games. I mean, some of the Monday Night Football games have been good, and many people don't want to turn to watching Raw and not miss any of these Monday Night Football games that have been going on. And that's one of the reasons why WWE has been losing ratings lately, mainly due to the writing and the booking, and then the fact that the Monday Night Football has returned, and they've been having some good games lately, like the Bears and the Green Bay Packers, and then you had other games like that. I mean, you just can't beat games like that, and it's just tough to beat Monday Night Football games like that. But we're gonna keep seeing the ratings decline until football is gone, which will probably be in somewhere in January or December, December or January. So look out for those ratings, as the ratings are just gonna keep dropping like that, or they're gonna keep being like that due to that, and then due to the booking and the writing. I mean, you're just gonna keep seeing that same trend going on. And then finally, the final thing I wanted to talk about in this video was the WWE unifying their titles. I don't like the idea of them unifying their titles, because I like seeing the different titles on different brands. I mean, it gives guys like John Morrison on Raw a chance to shine and maybe get pushed to the WWE title picture, and guys like Evan Bourne getting a shot at the US title and kind of getting pushed to the US title, even though he's been jobbed out lately and getting treated like everyone's bitch lately. I mean, it just gives guys like that opportunity, and guys like Kofi Kingston and other guys who are already starting to get into the world title picture, gives them a chance to get in the spotlight instead of the same guys like a Kane or, for example, a Triple H or other guys like that. It gives other guys opportunities to get that shot at the world title and the WWE title, and by them unifying the world title and the WWE title, is just gonna not give those guys those opportunities that they had on those different brands, and thus they're just going to be forgotten about, or they're just going to be pushed to the side for other guys. Now, I like the idea of them when they unified the world tag team titles, because let's face it, they didn't have that many tag teams on different brands. I mean, you had very few teams on Raw, and you had very few teams on SmackDown, and now with both titles being unified, now you have somewhat of a decent tag team roster, and you got guys fighting for titles. Even though right now they're not using their tag team division real well, like with the Dude Busters, they're turning them into a joke. I don't know what they're doing with the Hart Dynasty, and they just threw Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes together, and even though they're not really a team, but who knows what they're gonna do with them. But for now, their tag team division is just not doing well, and that's mainly due to the booking. But hopefully it gets better with Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes as the tag team champions. Hopefully we'll see some good tag team matches, and them getting their tag team division back on track. And then, of course, the women's title they unified just recently. I like the idea of that, because just that idea of having two women's title matches on a pay-per-view just wasn't good at all, and they needed to do something with the limited roster they had on the limited roster of women that they had on both brands. So unifying the titles seemed like a real good idea, which it was, and now you got one women's title. The fact though that they have Lay Cool as the tag team, as the women's champion, I don't like, but let's hope that they fix that and put the belt on someone like Natalya or somebody like that who's better than these women, because I just don't feel anything from them. And then now they're talking about, well, the two titles. I already talked about the world title and the WWE title. Now they're also thinking about unifying the United States title and the Intercontinental title. Like I said, with the world title and the WWE title, they should just do that with the separate brands for the United States and the Intercontinental title. Have guys just compete, give the chance for the guys to showcase what they can do, and give them the spotlight on the different brands, and have them kind of get pushed almost to the main event level with the mid-card titles. And I just don't like the idea of them unifying those two titles, but they're going to do that, and we're just going to have to accept that, because that's their thing. What they want to do now is unify the titles. But if they can book it right, if they can book the world title and the WWE title right, if they combine them together with good storylines and the Intercontinental title and the US title, then I wouldn't have a problem with that. But like I said, lately the booking has just been awful, and I just don't see them booking those titles real well when they unify them. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that's my quick thoughts of them unifying the titles. I don't like the idea of them unifying their titles, because many guys are going to get pushed. Some guys are going to get pushed to the side and not get enough exposure. And then other guys who've been getting exposure are just going to get too much exposure over the guys who've been pushed to the side. I don't like that, but they're going to do that, and we're just going to have to see where they go with that. But yeah, that's my quick video. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and until next time, whenever I make a video, peace. Also, remember to rate, comment, and give me your thoughts about the video. Sorry for the video being too long, but I just had a lot to say in this video. And until then, Fitness65 out. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'm out. Peace.